This is a place for planting, for digging, for harvesting, for relaxing. It's a place to get your hands dirty, but most of all, it's about having fun. And that's what you'll always have when you're in the garden with Doug Oster. You want a green thumb too, don't you? A couple of days ago we had 90 degrees. Today we're out at sweater weather, and before we get to work in earnest, we're going to pick some radishes. We actually planted these in January, winter sowing them, and take a look at the size of a couple of these. That's a nice size radish, isn't it? And I've got plenty of big ones in here and some little ones. One good trick for radishes is to leave a few in that don't head up. There's always a couple that don't head up, and those will flower, and then they'll make these great little, oh, look at that white one. Isn't that cool? This is an Easter egg blend. But anyway, they'll flower, and then after that, they'll put on these seed pods, which are really tasty. All right, I'm gonna pick these radishes, and as you remember, maybe you don't remember, I put carrots in here too. As we take these out, this is gonna leave room for the carrots. And next up, right behind you, we had a little bird emergency. We had a little bit of a disaster behind me. Part of gardening is living in harmony with nature, at least in this garden, and a robin had set up a nest right on top of that windmill. I came out this morning, and after a bad thunderstorm, the windmill was knocked over. The nest was still attached to the windmill, but the eggs had come out. I put the windmill back up, anchored it now to a rock so that it can't fall over, and put the eggs back in the nest, and I'm just crossing my fingers that everything's going to be okay. We will follow the progress of what's going on there. All right, an important job is when our tulips are done is to deadhead them. We don't want them to make seed because we want all the energy when these greens fade away to go down into the bulb, and so they'll come back again for us next year. And very easy to do. Just snip them off at the top, we'll be good to go. All right, meet me out in the garden, and we've got some fertilizing to do. This pink flowering dogwood is not blooming like it should. It's only throwing just a couple flowers, and it needs a little bit of help. This is the perfect time of the year to be fertilizing lots of plants. One of the keys is choosing the right type of fertilizer for the right type of plant. This is called Hollytone. I love this stuff. It's organic and it's good for hollies. Other acid-loving plants like rhododendrons, azaleas, and the dogwood. The most important thing is that we read these application rates on the back. We only want to use what's recommended for this size plant. One of my favorite all-purpose fertilizers is called Revita. It's from a company called Ohio Earth Food. I've been using it for 20 years. We used to drive back to Ohio to get it, but now I can get it here. For 50 pounds, it's only $20, and it's basically dehydrated chicken manure. And these daylilies here are not doing what they should be doing, and so I'm going to feed them in hopes that we'll get some better blooms. All right, next up are our containers. Once a year, I buy some liquid organic fertilizer. This is a concentrate called Neptune's Harvest. I like it a lot, and really nothing to it. Again, following the directions, we're just putting a little bit in here. We're gonna add some water, and then follow me. We're gonna feed the pansies, and all my containers get fed every couple weeks. All right, I'm gonna water my containers, and then we are going to finish up back in the vegetable garden. And these pansies are going to be so happy, and flower, flower, flower. I'm enjoying my spring blooms. I hope you are. Now we used Hollytone to fertilize plants like these azaleas, but there's also rose tone for our roses. Feed your roses once a month. You'll make them happy. They'll in turn make you happy. Now check me out online. That's where you can find more stories, blog posts, videos, and also how to become part of my Seed of the Month Club. It's also where you can find out where I'll be appearing. Now until next week, there's a rose over here called a Zephron drohin that needs some food. We'll see you then.